Welcome to the Metals Investment Forum. It's my great pleasure to have Silver47 back. Welcome, Gary.
Thank you.
All right, so there's some very interesting development coming out. You seem to have doing financing, seem doing very well, and will help you to the exploration project this year.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. I mean, we're a little unsure of where the interest was, so we went out and launched a $3 million financing, and then we had to quickly in the first week we had a lot of interest. So now we've upsized it to 8 million. So pretty big step from 3 to 8. So that's pretty exciting and you know, showing the demand is there and the interest in what we're doing.
Wow, good. Looks like a good start, very good start. And finally, you get all these people excitement, all the funds and the individual, and this is a beginning of this, hopefully, the uptrend.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, the silver is looking pretty good. In fact, the whole metal complex, with the exception of the last few days in the market, I think on a bit of an uptrend, and we're seeing a lot more interest in these minerals and critical minerals and you know, gold, silver specifically. I think are driving that, you know, the interest right now.
Oh, good. Well, for me, I first metal I like is the silver. I think silver can really do well from here, and you know, we are into the deficit, 4th years, 5th years deficit. I used to trade stock like metal like palladium, rhodium, if you remember. Rhodium was almost 10 bagger for me. Palladium tripled, but after the 4th years of deficit, so silver is about there. Silver I see silver can really potentially take off this year, and then you, with one of the best silver plays in the United States, in Alaska, right? So that's something that hopefully will give a lot of excitement to your company.
I think so. I mean, Alaska is a great place to explore. We have a big land package on state-managed land, so we've got strong support from the state to advance this project. And yeah, we're excited to have a drill budget to go and really expand our you know, resource that we have, a pretty substantial resource already. And we just want to grow that as quickly as we can.
Yeah, good. Tell us how much you have right now, and then what's your objective for this year?
Yeah, so we put out a January 24, so just over a year ago now, inferred resource. It's 15.6 million tons at 336 grams per ton silver equivalent.
Wow.
So that's 169 million silver equivalent ounces. So it's, you know, it's silver, gold, a lot of zinc in the system, and some copper and lead, and we just recently went through our data and had a look at some of these other critical minerals like antimony. We got pretty consistent amounts of antimony and gallium.
Okay.
So we've got a number of other critical minerals that we're not. We haven't done any metallurgical work on that, so we don't know what kind of recoveries we might get on those metals. So we can't really count them in our resource yet, but we think it will add some value to it. And what we're excited about is some of the work that we did last year. We had some of the highest grade gold intervals on the project to date with good core recovery. So we're seeing from the most recent drilling that we think we can improve on that resource quality and size and grade just by doing more drilling. So we want to you know, aggressively do that, and hopefully in a year's time we're going to have a revised resource statement that will show that resource growth year over year. That's the objective. And the other thing in the bigger picture that I'd like to try and do is, you know, the silver space is quite interesting, and there's not that many silver names out there if you look at the landscape. So I have a vision of trying to combine some companies, trying to grow this to a much bigger company, and through M&A and drilling to get to that high level. You know, basic critical mass and just building scale.
Oh, excellent! I think this is great. Well, it's a very, very interesting project, and then what you have the high grade in Alaska, and then pretty close to infrastructure, if I recall.
Yeah, we've got a bit of work to do on the infrastructure, but it's not far away from rail and road, which gets us down to Anchorage.
Exactly. So not like a wild Alaska.
Not too bad.
Never been to the project, but I saw on the map it was pretty close. So it's good. So you mentioned a lot of critical mineral. I know United States government have been writing checks to all the different projects who has a critical mineral. Have you you plan to start working with the United States government, the Trump administration?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly are looking at it, and been talking to a number of folks on. There seems to be various sources of of money from the government to chase these critical minerals, and we certainly have a number of them in our mineralized system, and that's grant money, so non-dilutive to shareholder funding. So we definitely are chasing down those leads and figuring out which sources of capital that would fit our project. So absolutely, we're gonna try and run those down and see if we can get some of that funding to help the project move along quickly.
Oh yeah, they not only they fund it for critical minerals, sometimes they also help you to get permit and get to construction. I heard. The new administration has been very helpful.
Very fast track approach to get these projects moved along. Absolutely.
Okay, sounds good. So what's your plan for right now for this year? You mentioned you have quite a few targets laid out for you to
Yeah, we've got one of these projects that's very target rich. It's a 60-kilometer long trend, but we really wanted to focus on the main resource areas. We have two zones. One's called West Tundra Flats. The other one's called Dry Creek. We know that those zones can grow, so we want to spend most of our drilling budget growing that resource to show that resource growth year over year, which we think we can do, and improve the grade, which is already quite robust. But we do want to spend 15 to 20% of our budget on testing some of these new targets that have not seen any drilling. So we have a lot of targets, and cherry pick some that we quite like to go and look for those new discoveries. So we have a big project that's got a lot of targets that's ripe for new discovery. So that's part of the story for us as well, and with basically growing that resource.
Okay, good. You mentioned a little bit about metallurgical testing for the critical metal. Do you plan to do any, or have you done any metallurgical study yet?
Well, we haven't yet, but the previous operators have done metallurgical work on the main metals. So we're in that 70 to 90% of the minerals that are in our resource, the silver, gold, copper, lead, zinc.
Good.
But the critical minerals we have not yet, and that's something that we're looking at this year to do at least some initial work to see what recoveries we might expect. And again, that's just going to help some additional credit to the already robust grade that we have.
Okay, good. So with your recent successful financing, I haven't closed it, but your super upside financing. So how many meters do you plan to drill?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, let's see until we, once it closes, we'll have a better sense of the budget. Yeah, I'm going to guess we're probably 5,000 to 8,000 meters of drilling. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. There's one of the targets, the West Tundra Flats target, is a unique one that it's literally a tundra flat. So there's a potential there to drill all winter. So that would be something that we would look at this season to see if we can potentially drill that target through winter 2026. So haven't done it yet, not there yet, but if things line up for us and we can source some water and get things lined up, that's something that we would like to do, just so we can continue to advance the project through the winter, which is always great.
Yeah. Wow, great. That sounds great. Looks like you have the whole year work cut out for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year, I think.
Yeah. Finally, this really start moving. Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Financing. Well, I got to welcome you back later to update our people, investors, your progress.
Yes, happy to. That'd be great.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks again.